I don't know when this podcast is going to be aired, but as the filming of this podcast, last week, Charlie Kirk was assassinated. I think this generation, church attendance is up among Gen Z. I talked to a guy literally last night in a restaurant called Bada Bing.
Oh, that's
It
great.
actually doesn't serve Italian food. They serve Nepalese food and Greek. I'm like, I don't want to break it to them. But this guy was a UFC fighter, 25 years old. And he said, I went to church last week for the first time in a long time because I need to find an anchor, and was able to share the gospel with him. He literally trusted Christ on the spot. And he's got a girlfriend who's a believer. I said, the first step is call her up and tell her that you came into the family. And just another example of I think people are looking for the answers, teenagers and 20 somethings. Now's the time. The wind is blowing. The winds of revival are in the air, but we got to catch it with our sails and go.
Yeah, agreed. In fact, there was a lot of people who forecasted a little bit and said, "Hey, there's a lot of people who said, online says, hey, I'm going to church this Sunday."
Yep.
Post that deal with Charlie, said, "I'm going to church this Sunday. I need to get back in church." And my hope is that the church got their sails up real fast
Yeah.
and said, "Hey, we're here."
Welcome here. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you think though, and I don't know, and that's across the board, a lot of adults and things like that are doing that, but do you think there's a difference in how teenagers use or believe evangelism, or what their thoughts are on evangelism today versus previous generations, maybe?
I just think they're more open to talk about it. I do think the challenge is youth ministry is stuck in a come and see model, like come and, come to the youth group, come to the outreach. And I'm pro come and see, but we have to add to it, go and rescue. Because if we don't, for every one that will come and see, there's nine that won't. So who's going to reach the nine? And so we have to mobilize our teenagers to be both inviters and initiators of gospel conversations. And you can do both at the same time.